welcome to this week's edition of The Arena. This is where we bring you sporting highlights of Namibian sports at home and abroad. Now, with the Tokyo Olympic Games scheduled to start this coming Friday, Namibian cyclist Dan Craven was dealt with a cruel blow when he tested positive for COVID-19 last Thursday. Now he's since been replaced by Tristan De Lange. Dan Craven spoke to my colleague Helge Schutz. He told us that it was a bitter pill to swallow.
Yes, so I have been dreaming about Tokyo 2020 basically since the finish of Rio 2016. I have been working towards it specifically and pig-headedly since the end of 2017. That's 4 years now that I've been working specifically towards this goal. The last 8 months, I've been working only on this almost. So it's a lot of time and effort and personal finances that have gone towards this, and all changed from one little virus. And the way I caught the virus was on a training ride with 3 other people. One person had it. The 2 other people did not get it. If I can catch the virus on a training ride, I think it's extremely, extremely scary. People really need to be careful. As for Tristan, if I can't go, I'm very, very, very happy that Namibia could still fill my place and that Tristan got the place, because in the selection races, in the national champs and in the Argus, Tristan really, really was impressive. It was really fun to race with him at the time and to see how he's developed over the years, and to see his tactical know-how and his strength, even though he's mostly a mountain biker, or shall I say, almost never does road racing. And I think it's just an absolutely beautiful opportunity for someone like him to be able to go to the Olympic Games.
We'll get back to the Olympics a little bit later in the program. Let's move focus to football now. South Africa won the COSAFA Cup for the 5th time in their history after beating Senegal on penalties in yesterday's finals. Namibia's Brave Warriors were quite unlucky to miss out on the semi-finals when they lost 1-0 to Mozambique, who beat them to a semi-final spot. Let's take a look at the highlights. after that defeat, Namibia's assistant coach, Robert Nausep, was clearly an unhappy man at the post-match press conference.
First of all, let me congratulate Mozambique for the win. But obviously, it was a questionable officiating from the refs, because that's the only thing I can say. Because when you give fouls to one team and you only give yellow cards to one team, it's really questionable. You get fouls in the box, there's no free kick given. Off the ball incidents, elbows, no yellow cards given to opponents. So it's a questionable decisions from the refs. Fine, we give ourselves an account. We prepared our team well. We came here to compete, and we showed that we can compete.
On to hockey news now. The MTC national women's team paid a courtesy call to their main sponsor, MTC, on Friday to thank them for their support and present them with the Africa Cup trophy, which they won in April this year to qualify for the Indo World Cup. Now, MTC handed over iPhones to all the players and team management as a sign of appreciation for all their achievement. Now, the captain, Maggie Mengo, tells us more.
We're excited. So we've started with this journey of presenting the cup to our sponsors, and MTC was the last as our main sponsor, and we're really grateful that we could do this, and just to show them how much we appreciate the partnership, and also just for them to be believing in us, and to show them that every cent that they've spent on us, this is the return on it, and this is what we brought back to their house. This is also our house as hockey players.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right, and Maggie, we also had sad news recently with the president of hockey, Mark Nell, dying. So how has that affected you personally?
No, I can't still process it. It's like, until I think we are over with the service, I think then it will get to me that he's really no more. He would have been here today, and I know he's not here, and it's so tough. It's an emotional fight for us as a hockey community and players to really believe that he's no more, and he's done so much for hockey. He had so much passion. He was a great leader. So my sincere and deepest condolences to the family, the kids, and it hit us all as hard as it had the family, and we really miss him, and we want his legacy to keep on, and we're gonna try our best. We're gonna make him proud, and I know he's watching over us wherever he is in heaven. So we miss you, Mark, already.
Right, and as you said, you want to make him prouder. What are your aims for the World Cup next year?
We're going to work hard. We're going to go out there as a determined and hard-working team, an African team. We're going to go out there to compete, and I know a lot of countries know we're no more participating, but we're competing, and we are like the heart of Africa, but we need to make our continent proud, and I'm excited to go out there and really to fight for the top positions. I'm not gonna, I know the coach mentioned earlier, we're gonna go for top 3. It can be done, and I think it's about believing in ourselves and just going out there and doing our best, as we always do and have been doing.
Right, let's get back to the Olympics now. Namibia will be represented by 11 athletes. Let's take a look at the profile of 4 of them, starting off with road cyclist Vera Luza.
Vera Luza has dominated women's road cycling in Namibia for close to a decade and will be going to her second Olympic Games in Tokyo. She missed out on automatic qualification for the Tokyo Olympics when she failed to win a medal at the 2019 African Championships, finishing 5th. She, however, still had a chance of qualifying by finishing amongst the top 100 ranked cyclists in the world by the end of 2019, and after picking up crucial points at the Africa Games in Morocco, where she won 2 bronze medals in the road race and individual time trial, she just managed to qualify for the Olympics by finishing 98th overall. Since then, Luza could not compete much after the advent of COVID-19, but she still managed to post some impressive results. In February 2020, she won the Namibia National Championships for the 7th year, while she also competed in some mountain bike races in Europe, coming 3rd in the Tour de Jura and 4th at Rund Oezwil. In February this year, she did the double at the National Championships, winning the road race for the 8th time and the individual time trial for the 6th time, and a month later she won 2 bronze medals at the African Championships in Cairo in the road race and time trial events. Loser will compete in the women's cycling road race at Fuji International Speedway on Sunday, the 25th of July.
Next up is Tristan De Lange, who replaced Dan Craven in the men's road race.
Tristan De Lange was a late replacement for Dan Craven in the men's cycling road race after the latter tested positive for COVID-19 last Thursday. The 24-year-old Tristan De Lange is better known as a mountain bike rider and was involved in a big battle with Alex Miller for Namibia's mountain bike spot at the Olympics. Miller eventually pipped De Lange to the post after a series of selection races last year, but De Lange showed his versatility when he came second behind Craven at the National Road Cycling Championships last year. De Lange repeated that feat when he came second behind Dikkes Coetzee at this year's National Road Cycling Championships. But it is in mountain bike racing that De Lange has made his mark on the international stage. He became the African Under-18 champion in 2015, and 2 years later won the African Under-23 title at the African Cross Country Championships. In 2018, he came second in the Under-23 category at the African Championships, but his finest moment came at the 2019 Africa Games in Morocco, when he won 2 gold medals in the cross-country and marathon mountain bike races. At the Tokyo Olympics, De Lange will compete in the men's road race on Saturday, 24th July at Fuji International Speedway, about 100 kilometers outside Tokyo.
Let's take a look at Alex Miller, who will represent Namibia in the men's mountain bike cross-country race.
Alex Miller first made his mark in Africa in 2017 when he won a bronze medal in the junior category at the Continental Championships in Mauritius, while he won the gold medal in Cairo the following year. His finest performance, however, came at the African Mountain Bike Championships in Windhoek in April 2019, when, despite only being 18 years old, he came third in the senior men's category behind 2 South Africans to secure a spot for Namibia at the Tokyo Olympics. The Namibian Cycling Federation then selected 4 racers to determine who would go to the Olympics, and a fascinating battle between Miller and Tristan De Lange ensued over the next year as they battled it out for the Olympic ticket. Miller took an early lead after winning the 2019 National Mountain Bike Championships, while he also edged De Lange when he came third at the South African Mountain Bike Cup Series in Mpumalanga in February 2020, when De Lange had to withdraw due to a mechanical problem. On the 5th of July, De Lange, however, beat Miller by more than a minute at the Nedbank Cross Country Series in Windhoek, but a week later, Miller beat De Lange by more than 3 minutes at the National Mountain Bike Championships. Miller will now represent Namibia at the Tokyo Olympic Games in the men's mountain bike cross-country race at the Izu Mountain Bike Course in Tokyo on Monday, 26th July.
And finally, let's take a look at the rower Mike Diekman, who will represent Namibia in the female single sculls competition.
Maike Diekman, who turns 27 today, qualified for the Tokyo Olympics when she won the gold medal at the African Rowing Championships in Tunisia in 2019, finishing more than 20 seconds ahead of the second-place rower. In 2020, she couldn't compete internationally due to COVID-19, but she continued to train on her own from home, and with her dedication and determination, she maintained her high standards. In November, Diekman competed for the first time that year at the Virtual African Indoor Championships and once again won the gold medal with ease, finishing 38 seconds ahead of the second-placed rower. With that, she qualified for the World Rowing Virtual Indoor Championships in February 2021, but was not able to compete due to internet connection problems. Diekman decided to compete in any case on her own rowing machine and posted a new personal best time, which was nearly 9 seconds faster than her previous best, while it would also have won her the silver medal had she competed. In June, however, she showed how far she had come when she finished 6th at the World Rowing Cup 3 in Sabaudia, Italy. In the process, she made history by qualifying for the A final for the first time after finishing 2nd in her semi-final. Diekman will compete in the women's single sculls event at the Sea Forest Waterway in Tokyo, with the heat starting on Friday 23rd July, while the final is scheduled for Friday 30th July. Happy birthday, Maike, and all the best in Tokyo.
And as you heard, it's Mikey's 27th birthday today. From all of us at the arena, it's happy birthday, Mikey, and all the best for Tokyo. And that's it for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. For me, Enoke, it's bye-bye.